concrete itself was made. But he does something unusual. The horizontal joints between concrete blocks are deep. You see that horizontality expressed because that horizontality is the relationship with the earth itself. Vertical are raised so that flush concrete basement. Those two things together underscore this horizontality. Was to design all of his buildings on a grid system. He would establish a grid to create a scale, similar to a musical staff, really, a scale for every part of the design. In this case, we can see that grid very clearly expressed on the floor, but that grid is also replicated in the panels in the ceiling, and even in the size of these upper clear-story windows on the curved surface of the building. By creating that framework, he once again creates this unified method or this unified system for ensuring that every aspect of the property would be structured according to the grid. The floor is a characteristic color for Frank Lloyd Wright's design. Beautiful subdued shade of red. Wright used many reds throughout his career, many different shades. But he loved it because it was a color not found in nature, but it's a color that really defines, of course, the color of our blood. So it gives us life. This is the primary suite. Today, it's used as an office. It's a small space, and there's a reason for that. Wright wanted to connect people with other people, even within a family. And so he creates these designs to push you outwards. The concrete block wall lines up in an exterior planter so that there's nature within the walls of the building, even though it's outside. And you also account for the pool. You start your day with this connection with water. And that's important in this house because the name Toronto was selected by Wright to signify the relationship of this house to the Norriton River, right outside the window. That swimming pool really flows out over a pond that he's created by damming that river. And then you have the river itself. So there's always this connection with running water. Toronto being an Aboriginal word for running water. You have this beautiful mitered glass window, the post that you would normally expect to find in the corner of the lawn. Instead, it's a glass on glass there, which allows you this uninterrupted view of nature. Wright can do this because of the structural technique he uses, where he doesn't need a post in the corner of the house to hold up the roof here. Instead, he's using cantilevers, a technique that he's really well known for, to support the roof and other parts of the structure.